Oh, hi there. Over a year ago, in March of 2024, I reviewed a movie for Wildeye Wednesday called Island of the Living Dead. It's a Bruno Mattei movie. And now I'm back to do the first ever uh, Wildeye Wednesday for the Echo Zombi channel. As I will be looking at that movie's sequel, Zombies, The Beginning. Man, I've had this cup for that long. That video, you can see it still had the measuring marks on that cup, on this cup. Whew. The movie opens up with Sharon, a survivor from the previous movie, being rescued. Um, we see her. She's in a hospital where she turns into a zombie and attacks a nurse. And we didn't see all Sunday. We see that was actually a dream. She's suffering from trauma from everything that happened in the previous movie, and she then goes to go see these board of directors, and they're asking her about what happened in the other movie, about the people who died, about the zombies, about why did she blow up the ship, all this stuff. It is at this point with this scene, you start to see it's very obvious that Bruno Mattei is ripping off Aliens. This whole movie essentially is a rip-off, almost scene by scene, somewhat rip-off of Aliens. So, anyways, she ends up going into like some kind of monastery, or whatever, she's like a monk thing, Tibetan monk or whatever. I don't know if it's Tibetan or whatever, a Buddhist or whatever. But she's approached by this movie's version of Beck. That was the guy's name from Aliens. Basically, they have found the island, they found something on it, but they've lost communication, and they want to know if she can come in as a doctor, scientist, or whatever, and help them basically see what's going on. She goes, they get on the submarine, and she meets this movie's versions of the Marines. And we start to see, like a scene where they're all having a meal, and we get to really see again Mattei's ripping off Aliens. Only there's no android or anything. But after they get to the island, they can't find anybody. They find some body parts, some shell casings, and they can't find anything. They find a lab where there's like a zombies all strapped to a table with a bite mask on, some zombie women in cages, and they see that these women used to be employees, and apparently they got them pregnant, and then they cut the babies out of them. They died, came back as zombies. Presumably both the babies and the women. They eventually try to find the people, only to find the zombies, and they find them fighting for their lives. And they have to basically do the alien, take the vehicle. An alien's got to take the vehicle and save the Marines. Well, the ones they can. Some don't make it. They then go back to the labs and try to figure out what they can do. Well, Sharon is told that the one guy, the Beck character, that wants to take these things off the island back to the some other lab or whatever, because they're worth millions of dollars and they belong to them. He ends up basically does what Beck did in Aliens, and basically tries to use the zombies to kill one of the aliens. Beck tried to use them. They tried to use a face hug on her or whatever. But anyways, they gotta get the communication tower to work. My air freshener. They gotta get the communication tower to work. And this woman goes out there to try, to get everything going, and she's attacked by something. It's like a werewolf type creature. We only see this creature the one time in the movie, where it basically rips her in half, and where you never see it again, and we're never really told what it is. Just there it is, kills her, and disappears. And just like in Aliens, and when all the aliens attack the Space Marines and whipping them, this does the same thing. This was Bruno Mattei's last movie, and I do own a few Mattei movies. I own Zombie 3. I own Rats, Nights of Terror. I own Hell of the Living Dead. And I've seen, of course, I reviewed Island of the Living Dead. Island of the Living Dead, but this is the movie. This is the movie that's made me harp on Mutai, make fun of him. Because I consider this movie to be lazy. Like, he just, oh, just take the script. Yeah, just take the script for aliens, and now you want to turn it into a zombie film. It is not that good. Made even worse by some of the worst voice dubbing that you'll ever hear. It's awful voice dubbing. This movie is on Tubi, so I'll put the link for the Tubi link in the description and a trailer. I think it's also on YouTube, so I'll put that too. And again, this is the movie that led to me basically trashing Mutai. Effect-wise, seen better zombie makeup. I've also seen worse. Some of the zombies, they look like they put like this, like they give like these alien-like eyes. They have these kids that look like naked cone head zombies with buggy eyes and pointy ears, but they got like the cone heads, you know, from Saturday Night Live. You got the talking brain. It's just, the gore is, it's, again, I've seen better, but I've seen worse. That creature, though, I wish that ripped that woman in half, I wish we got to see more of it, so maybe it could explain to us something. But apparently there was at one time they wanted to do a third movie, but he passed away before that could be made. Now, hey, the guy who did the first 4 Blind Dead movies, someone eventually did make some, you know, years later, made a 4th or 5th one. Who maybe knows? Maybe someone can, if there's a script, someone can pick it up. But, if you guys see this movie, tell me what you think. If you basically disliked it as much as I do. But I gotta go. Again, it's been hot here. That's why I got a Jaws tank top on. Ooh. And I want to turn this on. And there's another fan here, so I hope to circulate the air. I want to turn that on. And it's almost 1:30 at night, and I want to basically get some cold water and hit the hay. So I am the Midnight Hour zombie movie lover, Echo Zombi, and you do not want to see me in a graveyard. Toodaloo.